Today I'm taking a look at the VEVOR battery operated floor fan. So we do got instructions, even has a breakdown of how this thing is put together, so that's kind of neat. I really like that clean steel look they got on here. Got a couple of hand knobs, and those look like those will attach right onto those hexes. Nice tight fit. So if we want to lock this thing into place, we just lock those nuts, and that'll tighten it up. And that'll keep it there. And here is the power supply. It outputs 1.5 amps at 13.5 volts. Now the reason this has a power supply is because this is actually a DC fan. So this is a battery operated fan. Got a little cap here. Pull that off. And we can plug that in. Now if I turn this on, yep, that's just going to start right up. So it does come with a charge. And this has 3 lights. It says it is at 60%. So all this is going to do is it's going to charge up that battery. Now we can plug that in and it will keep on running, which means we could just use this as is. But the cool thing about this is in the event that we have a power outage, this thing is already going to be charged up and we're still going to have our fan, which is important for me because whenever we have power outages, usually in the summer when it's really hot, don't have air conditioning, won't have a fan. With this, we're still going to have our fan. And that is putting out plenty of air. So right now we're at max. And right there we're at minimum. So it looks like it's going slow. That's just because of the frame rate of the camera. It's actually going quite a bit faster than that. It is still putting out plenty of air. Cool. We also have a USB port right here. So if we want to charge our phone with that battery, we can do that. So it's kind of just like a nice emergency power outage fan. Feels like it's got a pretty good solid frame on it. Not getting any kind of dings if I move it around. Some fans you can actually get a ding if you do that because the fan blades kind of wobble a little bit, but this one feels like it's very well made, so I'm not even worried about it. And yeah, that is putting out a ton of air. So we do have rubber feet there on the bottom, so it actually has something you can stand on. The frame is about 17 inches, so it's a nice big fan, which is important because the larger the fan, the quieter it is to push the same amount of air. And it really is nice and quiet. You probably hear the air. Turn this away a little bit. But yeah, that's nice and quiet. Cannot complain about that. If we turn that down to the minimum, yeah, that is pretty darn quiet. So I think it's going to be the main benefit for my use is that I can take this thing and I can put it in front of a drive. I don't even have to worry about there being a power outlet anywhere near it, which is usually the case. There usually isn't one. And I can just cool that drive off. So something like this can really come in handy. There's really just a lot of use cases for a battery operated fan. So in the instructions, it says that this is a 15 amp hour battery, which is actually pretty darn big. And they're calling this a 16-inch fan. So they're probably not including the full width of the frame. They're probably just going from blade edge to edge. So I do want to know if I unplug this and I plug in my phone. Yep. We are charging well, which is actually a very good thing because I was at 30%. So yeah, we've got a full-on battery pack. So I'm going to let this guy charge up, and we'll have a nice fan that we can use in the meantime and for the next emergency. I did not see in the instructions anywhere where it said how long the battery is going to last, but I did see on the listing. At the lowest speed, this can run for 24 hours, so if you just need to keep air circulating in a room, this will be great for that. But it is nice to know that if you need all that air, you can run this thing maxed out for a full 3 hours. So that is a very cool fan.